So this is the plan. We have our beauty sash as our handle. So with the MMA glove, that is going to grab. And so we want to look, if somebody's, we're going to start off lightly, and all that is going to do is ding, ding, ding. It starts winging in, and I go here, it opens me up on the inside. So normally I'm shielding up. Some people like to shield like that. But I'm really trying to see how I can cover and just get used to that energy and try to minimize this. The only time I'll use my hand is if I get nape and I can crowd him in. But it's all about head position. Yeah, keep hitting. Right? So here he can get the uppercut. So I got to shut it down with my elbow or block across. But at first, I just want to see what shields I like at distance. Do I like that? Do I like that? Do I want to underhook? Do I want to just use double verticals, double horizontals? And the whole idea in this case, this is the outside, this is the inside, the receded side. So I want to see how I can step on all sides. Inside versus outside. Outside versus inside. We're going to do about a 2-minute round, and then we'll switch. So just get past thinking, feel it, love it. That's it. Okay, so from that grip, guys, it's if we just stay here, it's quite tough, right? Because the grabber will have the ability to pull me in at any point, to pop me back when it serves him, and it's hard to calibrate distance because he can sort of reduce or augment it by almost a meter at any point, right? So I can be thinking I'm going to pat, boom, he pulls me in, my timing's all off. So generally, reaching and patting is going to fail. If I start coming out like that, he's going to pop over the top, pop inside, and I can't really stop it. So I'm generally shielding. If I try to go outside, this usually can stop me. If I try to dwell inside, he's got full control. So normally we got to get rid of this grip. And all these beautiful, cute little ideas like grabbing over, reaching the top, or trying to peel off fingers, almost impossible. Even with a bad grip with a glove on, you're going to see it's tough. So one of the first and most basic ways to release the grip is a double cuff. It sounds funny, but you just want to make sure you don't bring it into your own chin. So normally we're taking it and we're pushing it out on an angle and we're dropping up like that. And so when he grips you, sometimes it doesn't work the first time. You're here, he's dinging you, bang, bang, bang. You're popping it. It may not rip off right away, it might delay. But I want you to get used to it. We can go slowly. He's popping in shots. I'm shielding, boom, and I draw it. And I try to get in. On a shirt, sometimes it lingers, the shirt rips out. You get his grip to here and he still has your collar. Right? And you freak out, but it still allows you to at least get into a bridge on. So I want you, we can do it by phase at first where you kind of take 3-4 shots, bam, bam, bam. He can give you a pause, so you can do this without taking off your teeth. But then once you're comfortable, he doesn't need to give you a pause. So I'm shielding, pop, then I'm trying to come in. So the key thing is when you rip it, drop your weight, push on an angle, and don't release it, because this is your control that's going to let you get in without getting in. That's it, back and forth, the double rip, nice and easy. Okay guys, so next one, just for variety. So just to show you that when he's got a good grip on you, trying to stop that punch over here, it's very tough. Trying to cross zone in when this bridge is in there, very tough. Trying to just pop but get under is very tough. That's why people do this, right? Good street fighters grip you up. I've said it many times, one of the best street fighters I ever knew. That was his big thing. He'd grab you, and he'd go, bing, and he'd drill you with that one first, and then if there was a need for a second or a third, it was to a half-flaccid human. That was the fight every time, you know? And you'd just be like, wow, I like that Jordy's is ripping. That's how you're not letting it go. So next one, a little bit stronger than this one, but a little bit more dangerous. From your shields, you can go double out, or you can go double in, yeah? Now there's two things we can do. We can drill and then windmill, right? So imagine, radial nerve is right middle of that muscle. It's not the flexion. If I have, a lot of the Asian martial arts get super precise, but the idea is this. It can still work if I hit in the bend, but the highest potential for escape of that force is in the bend, because the joint will cause it to leak out. If I hit it to the bone, just a little bit below the bend, it doesn't escape as much. And if I think of the length of that lever, if I hit high, but kind of scoop it here into the mass, well then more of it goes in the arm, and you'll see the humeral drag, right? So even with the same power, straight down, Jordy kind of, one, there's not as much nerve, not as much pain. If I go a little bit higher, I don't even have to hit as hard, it hurts a bit more. And if I scoop it, it zings in the bone a bit more. So I could double, or I kind of use like fist hooks, like that, or elbow, it doesn't matter. Some people will smash as they're shielding. Some people will smash with the elbow, that's fine. It's also 85% of the choreography in The Dark Knight, all the time, yeah. Or I can just come over as I'm shielding, whatever shield I'm using, and think of coming in. So when I have a guy, if I'm going like this, I can't get him off with. I'll come in like that and get my body lock. From my body lock now, if I can't shut that off, I can cross zone to the other side of my body lock. shirt might rip, right? Most of the time your shirt's gonna rip when you're being gripped by the shirt. And if it doesn't, it's gonna rip to a stretch at least. He's gonna get it around your neck. People will just wind it, they'll pull the back over the top. So it wouldn't change if my shirt was over my head and he had me. I can wear blanket, smack it, but I'm coming in here and I'm trying to get inside. Same works from the outside. You just gotta be a little bit more careful. On the outside, it's a little bit crappy on his wrist and his fingers. If I do it fast, sometimes he can't release. So I'll play both. Inside is definitely safer. Outside, you kind of get rodeo snared inside. You just don't go too hard on the outside. That's it. But you can have good power, good resistance. If I'm holding Jordy, I'll get him good on him. If I go as hard as I can, and I try to keep him away, not much I can do to prevent him from that. For a few seconds, shorten you up like a rodeo. For a few seconds, he's open here, right? But then he's in that position. Now it's diminishing returns, right? I have a whizzer, but the first thing I would do in this position is try to relinquish my hand, get it out of there, and start looking at whizzers and whatever else, because I'm in trouble now. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Nice and light, and you can still start with that double shrug